Hi, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a book haul. And for the millionth time, excuse my nails. I got most of it this time, but they're still... I think I'm just going to get them done this week because I'm just tired of them look like this, even if I have to go take a bigger effort to protect them while I'm doing yard work, because I'll have fake nails on. Start with the books that were sent to me. First, HarperCollins, Harper Alley sent me Shakti by S.J. Sindu. It's a graphic novel. This is out now. And I read the synopsis in my May anticipated release video, so I won't do it again, but thank you so much, Harper Kids. So excited. And then HarperCollins, Harper Kids also sent me Land of Broken Promises by Jane Kuo. So beautiful. This is out now. I wonder if we're in the desert, wandering, waiting. Anna is just like all other 12-year-old girls at school, except she's not. Anna's the only Asian girl in the 6th grade. She wears jeans, but they're hand-me-downs. And instead of working office jobs, her parents own a fast food restaurant. None of that matters, though, because Anna has big dreams for her life in America, the promised land. But just as Anna begins to feel settled, her family makes a shattering discovery. Anna's entire life is turned upside down, and her family's future is at risk. She attempts to maintain some sense of routine, even as a huge secret looms over her. If America is the promised land, why does everything she ever hoped for feel like a lie? It looks like it's in verse, too. So, and I've read one novel in verse, and it was nonfiction. So, I really love that. And I don't know if it was because it was the subject matter in nonfiction, the way it was written, but I'm excited to try more. And then HarperCollins, Harper Kids also sent me Gnome is Where Your Heart Is by Lyall. Another highly anticipated release. Thank you so much. This is out now. And I also read the synopsis of this one in my May anticipated release, so I won't read it again, but I'm so excited to read this. Then the author reached out, Alexandria Rogers, asked, she said, I know how excited you all have been for this series. I have an extra advanced reader's copies if you'd like one, because I know how excited you've been, and she just was so sweet. And she had sent me an advanced reader's copy of the first one, and it became, because this is the second in the series, and it became one of my all-time favorite books, just in general. So I was like, yes, I was so excited. And then I bought a beautiful finished copy myself of it. And this comes out in September, but this is the second book, The Beast, the Queen, and the Lost Knight. The first book was The Witch, the Sword, and the Cursed Knights. And I can't believe I'm holding this. I cannot wait to read this. It comes out in September 12th, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll edit that out. But I cannot wait to read this. Thank you so much. And she signed it, and there's a cute little note. I'm just so grateful. And then the second in Mihi Ever After series, A Giant Problem by Keller. I won this on a Storygram Tours giveaway on Instagram. Thank you so much. It is the second book, so I'll read the synopsis. I own the first book, so I'm very excited just to dive in. And then Random House Kids, Penguin Random House Graphics sent me a paperback copy of Francine, Pascal, Sweet Valley Twins, a graphic novel adaptation, Teacher's Pet by Nicole, Andelfinger, and Claudia, Aguirre. This is the second one. I'm so excited. It's so nostalgic for me. The art's beautiful. And I cannot wait to dive back in. And I'll edit in here when this comes out. This comes out June 27th. Thank you so much. And then Penguin Random House Kids also sent me White Bird, a novel, now a major motion picture. And it says A Wonder Story by the New York Times bestselling author R.J. Palacio with Erica S. Perl. Already out. I'll edit it in here when this goes out. This comes out June 27th. Sarah Blum lives an idyllic life with her adoring parents in Vichy, France. But her world comes crashing down when the Nazi occupation separates the family and forces the young Jewish girl into hiding. Her classmate Julian and his family will risk everything to ensure her survival, and together Sarah and Julian manage to find beauty in a secret world of their creation. So excited. Thank you so much. And then lastly, for books that were sent to me, HarperCollins, Harper Kids sent me Conjure Island by Royce. Highly anticipated release. This isn't already out now. I edited it. This comes out June 27th. So excited. Such a highly anticipated release. It says it's by the award-winning author of Root Magic, which I have and also need to read. If you ask Delphinia Baker, she'd tell you she has all the family she needs. Sure, her mom passed away when she was young. Her dad is often away on deployment, and she's never had anyone she can call her people, but she has always had Grandma, and for Dell, that's enough. All this changes, though, when Grandma falls ill and Dell is sent to stay with her great-grandmother. Dell has never heard of Nana Rose, and she has no interest in staying on an unbearably hot island off the South Carolina coast. And when Nana Rose starts talking about the school she runs dedicated to their family's traditions, something called Conjure Magic, Dell knows she's in for a weird, awkward summer. That is until the magic turns out to be real. Soon Dale is surrounded by teachers who call themselves witches, kids with strange abilities, creatures and ghosts who can speak to her. She has 100 questions, but one more than any other. Why didn't Grandma ever tell her about this? As Dale sets out to find answers, she discovers a shadowy presence on the island and comes to believe that it might all be connected. So excited. That's all for the book sent to me. I only have one sequel, The Storm Child by Gabriella Houston. And I have the first book, The Wind Child. So I'm so excited just to binge them both. They're so beautiful. They sound amazing. And The Kenworthy Cure, first, The Conjure by Mary Locke Jolly. I hold this really close because the way the colors are of the font in the background and the lighting in here. I have the light on and the curtain open, but it's dark outside. We might actually get rain today for the first time in 2 or 3 weeks. Ellie Kenworthy has accepted her fate as the nerdy middle school loner who practices enhancing in secret. Then a mystic scientist called the Alchemist changes everything when she kidnaps Ellie's cousin, Abe. While their parents search for Abe, Ellie and her older brother, Liam, flee to the safety of Enchanted Gorge Ranch. The ranch is full of strange mysteries, like wicked weeds that love to trip passerby and a raccoon with a peculiar love for the grouchy cowboy Crowley. But while the ranch is fun to explore, there is no time to mess around. Because of the alchemist's actions, Liam is in danger of explosive and magical overload. Not only that, the ranch is full of people keeping secrets. Even Enchanted Gorge Ranch might not be safe from the alchemist. Sounds so good. And then the Morgan Draken Mysteries, Book 1, The Case of the Missing Music by Angela Demos. Morgan Draca loves exploring new things, and though relaxing at the lake and going to slumber parties are awesome, she's delighted at the chance to visit her beloved former babysitter in New Orleans. But when she discovers a college student in tears over her great-grandfather's lost legacy, the precocious 12-year-old embarks on a hunt for the long-gone jazz composition. Happily learning about the French Quarter, bayous, and even voodoo, Morgan studies the city's secrets to sniff out where the musical treasure was concealed. But as she digs into an old diary and the local history for clues, the determined amateur detective worries she'll let her good friend down. Can she wade through the swamps of time and uncover the well-hidden masterpiece? And I'd had my eye on this first book for a while, and the second book just came out, so I just went and got them both. The first book came with sprayed edges, the second one, the newest one didn't, so I don't know why, but sad be surprised that the first one did. Max Magic by Steve Mulfern with Tom Easton. I just saw that Tom Easton, I credited him on the post that I made. I didn't notice that before. Because apparently the author is someone famous, so he probably had help. Tom probably helped him write it. And the second book, The Greatest Show on Earth. Yeah, the unbelievable new book for magician and TV presenter. Max Mullers loves doing magic tricks. One day he'll be the greatest magician in the world. Max the Magnificent. First he's got to figure out how to get Botley the Bully off his back and save Dad's market stall from East End meanies, the Crayfish twins. Not even his slickest tricks can help him. Then Max discovers a rather unusual chest at Grand's antique shop, and all of a sudden, anything is possible. So excited. They sound like a lot of fun. And then Starboard by Nicole Skinner. I think this might be a companion to Storm, which I also have. So I'll read that one first. Kristen Bramble is too famous to have friends. She left that old life behind when stardom came calling. That's what she tells herself anyway, but with the end of her hit reality TV show barreling toward her, Kirsten is not sure she's ready to say goodbye to her lonely life of fame. Luckily or unluckily, Kirsten can't help being plunged headfirst into a new adventure when she's dragged on a class trip to visit the SS Great Britain, because somehow the ancient ship can speak to her, and she wants Kirsten to be her new captain. The ship pulls out of the harbor with no sails and no working engine, and Kristen and Olive, the only other student left on board, are helpless to stop her. Try as they might, they can't convince the ship to turn back until they find a way to help her finish her final quest. Kirsten doesn't feel like a captain, but she'll have to fake it until she makes it if she wants to get home. And with Olive's help, she may realize that the ending of an adventure, while scary, could be just as special as the beginning. I think that one too, and this next stack, and my June anticipated release video, which hasn't gone up yet, of course. So when I do post that, I won't read synopsis in that video because it'll all be here. Camp Sylvania by Julie Murphy. Magnolia Maggie Hagen is determined to be in the spotlight if she can just get over her stage fright. This summer, though, she has big plans to finally attend Camp Rising Star, the famous performing arts camp she's been dying to go to for 3 whole summers. But on the last day of school, her parents break the news. Maggie isn't going to Camp Rising Star. She's being shipped off to Fat Camp. And not just any fat camp. She's going to Camp Sylvania, run by the world-famous wellness influencer, Sylvania, who is known for her soon-to-be patented Scarlet Diet. When Maggie arrives at camp, things are weird. There are humiliating weigh-ins and grueling workouts as expected, but the campers are also encouraged to donate blood. The cafeteria serves only red foods, and the oddly specific rules change every day. There are even rumors of a camp ghost. Despite these horrors, Maggie makes friends and starts to actually enjoy herself. There are even tryouts for a camp production of The Music Man. This place might not be so bad, until campers start going missing and suspicious things begin happening, especially after dark. The camp ghost might be the least scary thing about this place. So excited. Love a good spooky middle grade and camp story in summer. Then North of Supernova by Lindsay Rivet. Stella North, Virgo, has waited her whole life for a coveted birthday party invite that will guarantee a friend-filled summer in Washington. Forget summer, this opportunity could change her universe. Maybe in this one she'll have less anxiety about big things, like the growing absence of her addict mom, and small things like that everyone else is thinking, or what she's wearing, or breathe. But those perfect summer plans implode when her dad returns with a surprise from his business trip, his new fiancée Whitney. Even worse, Stella and her brother have to spend the next couple of weeks in Whitney's Las Vegas home pretending like these absolute strangers are her family. At least her potential stepsister feels the same way about ruining their parents' wedding. Together, the girls set out to discover, and ultimately change, the future through astrology, crystals, and even magic 8-balls. Yet nothing can predict the surprising new friends, maybe more than friends, and ghosts from the past that Stella encounters on her quest to find calm in a galaxy beyond control. I love that. Another summer story. The crystals. So excited. Half Moon Summer by Elaine Vickers. Love that cover. Drew was never much of a runner until his dad's unexpected diagnosis. Mia has nothing better to do until she realizes entering Half Moon Bay's half marathon could solve her family's housing problems. And just like that, they decide to spend their entire summer training to run 13.1 miles. Along the way, they both discover it takes a lot more than a good pair of shoes. Drew and Mia may have very different reasons for running, but these two 12-year-olds have one crucial thing in common, besides sharing a birthday: hope for the future, for their families, and for each other. Written in a dramatic combination of verse and prose. The Ruby Code by Jessica Curry. Bullied at school and home, Ash finds respite from his unhappy life in virtual reality games. One night he spends his meager savings to help a stranger who thanks him with a copy of an old fantasy game called The Glass Realm. While exploring the game, Ash meets a seemingly humble shopkeeper named Ruby. But from the start, Ruby seems different from the other townsfolk, especially when she and Ash stumble across an in-game quest designed not for the player but for Ruby to solve. When Ruby begins developing powerful abilities that can rewrite the very code of the game, they realize she is far more than a pre-programmed side character. Following the quest left for her in the Glass Realm, the pair discover that Ruby is a sentient AI who's been hidden inside the game. Ruby's developer originally built her as a super weapon, then stole her from his employers and hid her away, hoping to keep her safe. That safety vanishes when Ash and Ruby are targeted by the powerful shadow organization that funded her development. Caught in a deadly game that blurs the lines between real and virtual, Ash and Ruby must flee for their lives. If they lose this game, they just might doom the world. So intrigued by that. Spellbinders, The Not So Chosen One by Andrew Ossian. It's a naked hardback. Ben doesn't feel chosen by anybody. Not by his friends, who haven't kept in touch since he moved after his parents' divorce, or by his mom, who's so busy he barely sees her. He spends all his time living in fantasy worlds and writing extensively planned adventure campaigns in his role-playing game notebook. So when Naira, a character who could be right out of one of his favorite games, shows up and tells him he's destined to save her realm, like foretold by a prophecy destined, Ben has two possible moves: tell her the truth or play along. He's tired of feeling left behind, so his choice is clear. Game on. One interdimensional portal later, Ben is in full hero mode. At first, adventuring in luck seems like a dream come true, but pretending to be the chosen one and lying to his new friends isn't quite what he imagined it to be. And the more he learns about Lux and his quest, the more he realizes that this is way beyond a game, and the rules seem to be changing as he goes. In fact, it might be time for him to write some new ones. And then Green Wild by Perry Thompson. Daisy Thistledown is on the run. Her mother has been keeping big, glittering secrets, and now she has vanished. 11-year-old Daisy knows it's up to her to find Ma, but she's being hunted by someone determined to stop her from discovering the truth. The chase will lead her through a hidden doorway into another world, a place that's bursting with magic and enchantment. This is the Green Wild. Full of astonishing natural wonders, this land of green magic seems too strange to be real, but Daisy quickly realizes that it holds the key to finding her mother and that someone wants to destroy it. Daisy must band together with a botanical genius, a boy who can talk with animals, and a cat with an attitude to uncover the truth about who she really is. Only then can she channel the power that will change her whole world and save the green wild itself. It's the first book in an extraordinary new series. Sounds amazing, and a cat with an attitude, love it. And Lay and the Fire Goddess by Malia Monakia. Curses aren't real. At least that's what 12-year-old part Hawaiian Anna Lalani Kameahu thinks when she listens to her grandma's folktales about sacred flowers and family guardians. Anna's friends back home in Colorado don't believe in legends either. They're more interested in science and sports, real, tangible things that stand in total contrast to Anna's family's embarrassing stories. So when Anna goes back to Hawaii to visit her tutu, she has no interest in becoming the heir to her family's history. She's set on having a touristy, fun vacation. But when Anna accidentally insults Perl, the fire goddess, by destroying her lehua, Blossom, a giant hawk swoops in and kidnaps her best friend, and she quickly learns just how real these mo'olelo are. In order to save her friends and family, Anna must now battle mythical creatures, team up with demigods and talking bats, and evade the traps Perl hurls her way. For if Anna hopes to undo the curse, she will have to dig deep into her Hawaiian roots and learn to embrace all of who she is. So intrigued. I think this will be the first Hawaiian folklore story I've ever read. Oh, and then Saddle Hill Academy, Sweet and Bitter Rivals by Jessica Burkhart. I don't know if this is a June or May release, but it's the first in a series. Abby St. Clair is ready to make her mark this year at Saddle Hill Academy. Along with her horse, Bo, Abby can't wait to lead her elite riding team and try to put her disastrous last competition behind her. But there are a few hurdles she'll have to tackle first. Her biggest competition, Sally, is determined to make Abby's life as tough as possible, in and out of the stables. Abby's classmate and teammate Emery is now her stepsister, and Emery turns out to be a lot tougher than she appears. Abby also has a big secret of her own, one that could end her season and her equestrian dreams. With another big competition coming up, a lot is riding on Abby and Bo having the perfect meet. The seekers don't make friends, and Abby is about to learn that the hard way. And the rest of these were all in anticipated release videos, so I won't read the synopsis, I'll just show you what I got. This Close to Home by Beth Turley. Second Chance Summer by Sarah Catherick. My Name is Sunshine Simpson by G.M. Clinton. Spellstone by Ross Montgomery. The Thames and Tide Club, The Secret City by Katya Balin. Shorter than I thought, but sounds like a great story that is perfect for me. And this is the UK edition of The Kingdom Over the Sea by Zara Nabi. In the Bright Storm Chronicles World, Serpent of the Sands by Vashti Hardy. So excited. The Pawn Shop of Stolen Dreams by Victoria Williamson. Back to the Bright Before by Catherine Nolte. Oh, beautiful. The Thief of Farrowfell by Ravenna Gurn. Lily Grimm and City of Undone by Andy Raffel. And then lastly, The First Magnificent Summer by R.L. Tolson. Alright, y'all, that's it for this video. Did you see any that you want to read? Have you read any already? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.